This week on Physical Media Spotlight, I wanted to recommend a few titles from one of my favorite actors, directors, writers in Hollywood of all time, Sylvester Stallone. Here's a couple deeper cuts and I think underrated gems of his filmography. Starting off with Cliffhanger. This is the Steelbook on 4K UHD that came out, I think, last year. Comes with a Blu-ray and a 4K. Great film. Plays a mountain climber who goes through like this traumatic accident, losing a partner, and in a horrific fall, the opening scene, and then gets called back into action as any hero does when John Lithgow starts terrorizing the mountain range. So yeah, great movie from the 90s. Probably one of Sly's better performances from the 90s. Had a lot of duds, a lot of risks, or just a lot of Oscar. Next one is from the 80s. Rutger Hauer and Sylvester Stallone with Billy D. Williams in Nighthawks. I did a review on Nighthawks a couple years ago, and I still revisit this one. It's a very underrated gem. Plays a great detective in partnership with Billy D. Williams, and they're going after Rutger Hauer, who's a terrorist in New York City, pre 9/11, and it's a gritty, get a lot of that 70s grit vibes, and it's really well done movie, underrated. Next one is from 90s as well, and it's probably one of my favorite performances of Stallone and one that gets overlooked. It's also James Mangold's second feature, and it's got a great ensemble. Sylvester Stallone, Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, and many more in Copland. Copland to me is a great ensemble up there with Goodfellas, to be honest. It's kind of like a crime western, really. I mean, the arc that Stallone goes through, he gained like 50 pounds to play the role of a heavier sheriff who's kind of down on his luck. He has bad hearing in one ear, and he always wanted to be part of the NYPD. And a lot of these corrupt cops live in this town that's very small, and they can get away with whatever they want because Stallone lets them get away with it. And he ends up having this problem come to town where one of the sheriffs is missing. Michael Rappaport goes missing, and they go after him, and he ends up in the small town and looks for Stallone's character to help him out. And it's kind of a unwanted hero thing, redemption story that he goes through, and leads to this awesome shootout. And I love Copland. Can't talk about it enough. It's one of the better performances. I think Stallone should have been up for an Oscar because of Copland. And last but not least, his latest project is on TV. I wanted to give a shout out to Tulsa King. This is season 1 on Blu-ray. It's a fantastic show. One of the writers of The Sopranos, Terrence Winter, is one of the co-creators, and showrunner Taylor Sheridan as well came up with the idea. The mafia guy moving to Tulsa, Oklahoma, starting his own little thing, operation, and yeah, it's just a great performance here. A lot of comedy in this one, and I can't wait for season 2. So those are my picks for Stallone for this week for Physical Media Spotlight. Let me know below in the comments your favorite Stallone movie and performance. And as always, this has been Return to Disc. I'm Dan.